Welcome back to another episode of Man Reacts. Today, we're going to discuss the uncomfortable truth why a majority of men in their 30s lack physical intimacy. And I'm going to start this off by talking about an article I recently read in Times. Many causes, according to experts who research American intimate practices, are to blame for the great American love drought. One of them is age. According to the report, the population aged 60 and over increased from 18% in 1996 to 26% in 2018. The percentage of people who say they have never had intercourse has constantly been about 50%. And because that age group is getting older in comparison to everyone else, it has the overall impact of making it less likely for people to have intimate activity. Men's careers and responsibilities are frequently all-consuming in midlife. That's one reason. If their romantic life needs to be revived, it frequently involves a struggle against an ongoing effort to uphold their status and way of life. The absence of a satisfying intimate relationship weighs heavily since, in the end, it is what gives our lives purpose. If people were asked about their greatest regrets at the end of their lives, they were invariable. I wish I had spent more time with my family, my husband. I wish I paid more attention to human connection. The negative aspect of this worry is frequently that these men aren't paying attention to it. They are thinking about what it implies for their marriage while fantasizing about other women or viewing explicit videos online. After many years of being with their partner, men frequently feel awful if their intimate life has dwindled, but they shouldn't. That's another reason. Even the finest of us, and most of us, experience it. It doesn't necessarily mean there's an issue. It's a typical progression in committed relationships. It's also common to struggle to find a solution. According to an article in The New Yorker, sociologists who doubt the idea that loneliness is an increasing issue contend that a large portion of modern solitude is a contented state of affairs. According to this theory, the massive rise in single-person families in the United States over the past 50 years has been primarily fueled by wealth, and in particular, by women's increased economic independence. Regarding the physical intimacy data, a similarly upbeat tale of female advancement might be told. Rather than showing young people's unsettling turn away from intimacy, the results are evidence of women's increasing agency in intimate matters. The reduction in intimate activity frequency probably reflects women's increasing ability to say no and men's increased consideration for them. Another study that was conducted at a leading U.S. university explored the area of online dating as well as dating in the world after the coronavirus. It stated that with more and more men who are not experiencing intimacy, especially those who are categorized between the ages of 19 and 30, there is going to be a whole generation of men who are not going to treat women favorably. This will lead to numerous extremist ideologies, some of which we are currently seeing even today. And these ideologies are further going to deepen the divide between the genders and the subgroups that have formed within these genders over the last decade. What happens now is only up to the men and women who are the real players in the dating game. If more guys can see this from a bigger perspective and pursue more women without hating on them, and if women understood where men are coming from and give them a chance, only then we might have a sense of normalcy in how the future of dating plays out. I recently read an article that suggested most males swipe to the right for every single woman they see. I made the decision to test this theory by doing the same on Tinder to see what kind of outcomes I would receive. And sure enough, I received responses from some of the chubbiest, least beautiful women I had ever seen. If I compare this to my previous strategy where I only swiped right at the women that I found extremely attractive, I only received 3 or 4 matches, and I remember swiping at least 50 women. So that's the typical match ratio that guys usually have, but if they swipe right every woman they see, then they have more options to choose from. It's the opposite with women. They just post their profile, sit back, relax, and let the swipes massage their egos one by one. It's important to understand that women don't really respond to your overall profile in online dating. They'll respond if you tick all the boxes they have for the sort of guys they're seeking. For example, they'll swipe right if you're a certain height or if you're dressed like you know how to, or if you show that you're well-read and well-traveled. Women only respond if you tick all the right boxes. Also, I can imagine that women who are obese, who don't know how to dress, or just don't have interesting personalities, are in their mid to late 30s and probably swiped right on every man as well. They're at the bottom of the female intimacy marketplace. If they're still not successful, they then shift to other dating sites only reserved for the digitally alienated people who have no chance at finding someone on other dating sites. Another important reason why men in their 30s are living lives without any intimacy is the declining levels of testosterone. According to studies, men's age-specific testosterone levels have been steadily declining for many years. According to researchers, the changes are alarming from an evolutionary perspective. It's normal for testosterone levels to decline as people age. The average drop is about 1% per year after age 30. A large portion of the population experiences increased weights on the bathroom scale at the same time that testosterone levels are declining. That isn't just a coincidence either. Your body experiences more stress as a result of being overweight and having a high body mass index measurement, which appears to impact testosterone production and its natural distribution process. Your testosterone levels may increase if you lift weights. Activities like high-intensity interval exercise and strength training have been shown to increase testosterone levels right away. According to tests done on males before and after exercise, testosterone levels rise as a result of physical activity. Hence, you won't experience the bump if you don't exercise frequently. Although endurance sports like long-distance running and cycling have been demonstrated to lower testosterone levels, cardio exercises don't provide exactly the same boost. So, these are just some of the reasons why there's been a decline in men's intimate activity over the years from an academic perspective. But one of the most important points why this is happening is the lack of interaction between men and women, and the fact that we have these movements such as men going their own way, which basically encourages men to live their lives without women. To add to that, we also have this general thinking in the feminist woke women who believe they don't need no man to live their lives. As suggested by research, with more financial independence, women don't feel the need to be with men as much as they did in the past. So there's no surprise because there's a decline in men's intimate activity. And I firmly believe that this is only going to get worse, and the gap between the genders is only going to increase over the years as more movements and ideologies surface. Men and women need to be aware of this and understand that having physical intimate activity is crucial for a healthy life. Humans are social beings, and there's a reason why men and women are both required to make and raise a family. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. And as always, hit the like button and press the bell icon to subscribe for more videos from Man Reacts.